Stu. Stu is someone to root for.
Yeah, but fuck Franny. Not literally.
Well, we don't know anything about anything.
Stu
well,
wants her.
well,
Stu Bar.
we know that Franny wants Stu, but
We
yeah,
know that Stu wants Franny. That's how one of the chapters ended in book one.
that's true. But we don't know that they know that each other wants each other.
I think they're, Franny's doing her. Oh, are you okay? It's not about that. It's the trauma he went through. Relax yourself, Harold.
I know. I
You know,
love Harold.
honestly, yeah, fuck Harold. Like there was some. I guess we're moving on to Franny, but well, hold on before we like. There's so many times she's like, "Oh, but I didn't do it because of Harold." Like, no, fuck that. Like, why would you not do that because you don't want to like rock the boat? Like, no, no, no.
I don't think it's a matter of like it. Like it's. I don't even necessarily see it as a like it will never happen. It's like a let me just do this right now to make peace because Harold will make all of our lives hell if I don't. Like, and I understand that that's kind of like giving,
Yeah.
but he also seems to be pretty helpful to the group, so they all kind of need him.
Yeah.
Is it what's? I mean, kinda. What's he important for? What is he? What is he doing?
I mean,
Harold is a planner.
Yeah, he's
and
incredibly smart.
Yeah, he apparently has a shit ton of random knowledge.
Right. So we're not playing Jeopardy.
No, but it might be like practical knowledge that you could like, what, if I eat this berry, will it kill me?
You've also never been a woman who is around a group and trying to make peace so things don't get even more awkward when someone's hitting on them.
100%, yes.
Yeah, I guess. Well, you're right. I've never been a woman in that situation. Yeah.
It makes sense to me. I get it. Especially when there's like 5 people left in the world. They're not trying to start trouble right away.
And I like how like she was like, well, there was 2 more people, but that didn't help because they were together. Like,
yeah.
like, damn it, couldn't pawn Harold off on anybody.
Now, I do think the problem with that thinking is that she's ignoring red flags, where it's like, okay, the solution is not let's find a replacement. It's like maybe pay attention to the fact that he's so obsessed with you.
Yeah, the solution is you should have been talking to him a long time ago because he's got no reason to think the thoughts he's thinking, other than like infatuation and obsession.
Does she know what he's thinking? I don't know. Do we know what he's thinking?
I mean, if she's trying to keep the peace, she knows what he's thinking.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that's true.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I see both sides of that. You don't want. I mean, kick him out the group. Fuck him. Should have, like she says it herself. I should have fucking left him there.
I think. I mean, she does. I can't say anything. She does what I would have done. So I'll just say that, which is wait until there's more people.
What? Fuck Stu?
Well, no. I mean, wait until there's more people so you can feel comfortable rejecting him.
Yeah, but that, I mean, it seems to have made his mean streak a little more pronounced, I guess, because he was stalking off into the woods or something when she was like
I don't think
brushing off.
Oh yeah.
That's that's the last we saw him. Like they never saw him, but he saw them and he like stalked off. So I think he
yeah, it was funny because Franny was like, I gave him a hug, but not like a loving hug. It was like a survivor to a survivor hug. And anybody else who saw that would have known that. But Harold saw it differently.
Yeah, and how do you know the difference?
I don't know.
Right. Oh, anybody would have known the difference. But come on. Captain
That's kind of a good point. Like, no, it's a survivor hug.
Yeah. It wasn't romantic. Jeez, come on, Harold. Quit overreacting.
I guess like, if you give someone like a one-armed hug or like a quick pat on the back, like, hey, bro, hug, you can tell the difference on that. But if you're cheek to cheek, there's not a difference.
Right? If you're crotch to crotch. Oh, I guess you can hug without. Never mind. That was a little too far. If you're face to face, I guess. Um, I think. Yeah. Anyway.
Real
And
quick,
yeah, I mean, Harold's leaving signs in fucking trees.
I
Harold
was gonna
Lauder and
say,
friend. Guys.
there is one fan of Harold that we forgot to mention. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah. Larry's like,
Larry?
he's like, oh, I love this guy. I can't wait to meet him because he's so impressed by all the things that he keeps seeing.
I know, and oh no, can't say that part. He, yeah. As far as Larry knows, like Harold, like got his shit together, and he's the man, and he's leaving them notes, and he's like, he's a man with a plan, and we're going here, and they're just following Harold. Like he can't wait to go meet him, and like
That's not
he's expecting him to be
untrue.
running the place when they get there. I think.
Well, yeah, that part's not true, but everything else you said is what happened. I mean, he had a plan and he left the notes and like,
yeah.
Why did he like? I still have trouble picturing why that was so risky, but why did he risk so much just to leave those
I think
directions?
it was to show Fran how much he
Like,
cared about her.
oh,
Because
and he's
the
leaving
riskiest part was to put her name on there.
Harold Emery Lauder.
And then Francis was underneath it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Because that's when
I
he
still
had to
cannot
lean out
picture.
or something.
Yeah, I can't picture how this thing looks, but however it is, I still don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Of all the things that I can usually picture pretty easily, I couldn't get that one. I just pictured him in like a harness, like swinging it with a paintbrush or something by the barn door. Um, and Larry turned into a big baby actually with the whole everybody's going to crash their motorcycles and die thing. But he's not
Yeah,
wrong. You have to be careful because there's nothing. There's no.
exactly.
It's not like there's not a backup plan. There's not even a plan.
I think that's
Like if you break your arm, you could die, which is interesting. I guess we have to round up the doctors first.
Aren't there any alive?
Well, I'm hoping we got to get to Nebraska and find out who exactly she called here and what they're like. What do you do? Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, right.
But I give them all name tags. They're like, my name is Ralph Brentner. I'm an engineer. I don't know what he actually did. I just made that up. Okay. I'm trying to get the hell out of Larry and it will never end. Oh my God. So,
well, I just brought up Larry again real quick because we were talking about Harold.
no, I know. Yeah, Larry's doing the motorcycles right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm way past it.
It was something.
Larry pictures Harold as like a 30-year-old. And I'm like, what 30-year-old do you know who's carving hearts in that like barn posts?
I know a few who would do that, honestly.
Okay.
Oh God, really? Wait, who?
Yeah,
Harold, you mean?
it's definitely an ick for me, but I know people who do it.
Wait, who did you picture as a 30-year-old? Larry?
Larry thinks Harold is 30. Yeah, like
Oh.
strapping 30-year-old farmer.
Yeah, she's got a point though. I wouldn't know.
No, you're right. I'm just saying I do know people who do that.
I'd probably also. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't. Especially at the end of the world.
The joy of millennials.
Hey, maybe like if me and my wife both managed to survive the plague, I'd tell the whole world, all 6 of them. So then I guess we get to Mark and Perry, because we kind of ended up in Franny. I don't know, Franny and her. So knowing what we know that Franny knows about Harold, is it really safe to be fucking writing all this shit about him in this diary?
Probably not.
I feel like this is not a good idea. Unless she's got that shit in her pocket at all times.
Yeah.
Like all it's going to take is for her to have to go somewhere and not take it, and Harold dig through her shit so he can find evidence of her or Stu or something. So She should at least write in. I mean, she's writing to herself, so she could write anything she wanted and know what it was. Write some kind of code or something. Although I like the idea of trying to like remember all the things that used to be and writing them down.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Or that could be like your activity every night because you got nothing else to do.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Or it's like, yeah, you're right, but it's also like, come on, you can't even just write in your own diary whatever you want. Like, it's like you have nothing else in this world left, and you can't have your own thoughts.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Not with Harold around.
Yeah, like I said, I definitely see your point. She should, if she's gonna do it, she should like only write. I don't even know if she ever knows that he's not watching her. I'm gonna say like,
do we need to write down Harold parts? Like, who needs to know about that? She can just know that that's the way it is without having to record it for him to find.
Again, she has no other outlet in this world. If she wants to write it down, let's write it down.
And burn it when you're done. There you go. It's like therapy. You're right, though. She should have. You would think there'd be a little more privacy in the world with no people.
Also, we know a lot more about Harold than she knows. I don't at this stage. I wouldn't assume he's gonna break into my stuff and steal my diary.
He's obsessed with her. Well, I mean, I'm not.
He wants to be with her.
I guess I'm saying that because of the way he just stuffed off into the woods. That guy, I think, would do that.
He's young, so he gets jealous easily. That's not the same as obsessed. Now he
didn't start liking her when the world ended. This is pre-existing from like Amy's little brother and shit.
Okay, so
I mean, it's infatuation or obsession, or it's been going on for years, and he finally got her.
I forgot that he liked her before.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember that. So, oh yeah, we get to Stovington. I forgot about that too. Stu was like, "Oh hell no!"
Well, that was one of the.
I will be.
That was one of the times where Franny was like, "I wanted to stay with Stu, but I went with Harold just to make peace."
Oh right, yeah, that was one of them. But you know, I think I would have had to at least go look if I was.
Go look?
Well, go check the place out.
Why? Why would you want to see that?
You know, trust but verify. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think in this world you've seen enough death at that point?
I probably honestly would not get anywhere near that building because it would fucking reek to high heaven with all the dead people in it. That's the one thing I'm thinking about. All these dead people. Does the whole world smell like decaying people?
Highly populated areas. Yeah.
I mean, that's why they go to Nebraska. I have no idea how populated Nebraska is, but in my mind, it's all cornfields and stuff. Yeah, I'm like, ew. Yeah.
I mean, Harold is going in no matter what because he's not going to listen to Stu. So let Harold go in and figure it out. I don't need to see that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, Harold's going in because Harold. Well, yeah, Harold even says stay on her route and watch her sign. So, wait, who is Lucy? Wait. Oh, we just met Lucy, right?
Lucy Swan.
Oh, Lucy Swan. I think I remember. Not sure. All right. So
Lucy was with Larry.
Right. Yeah. Larry and Nadine and Joe met her.
Yeah.
But we like literally all just kind of met her like Ralph. We just kind of met her and that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew her a little bit, but then then we get a whole. I mean, remember how we had the whole history of Stan's wife's family, and then Stan didn't even make it.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that way about Do I need all this history of the Fremantles? Oh my God. Like we could have cut half of that out and just said, look, she's old and she went through a lot, figure it out. Come on. It was 19. Wait, when was she born? I was trying to do the math on that. I forgot if it worked or not for 1990.
1882, I think.
Oh, he did. He synced that up. That equals 1990 exactly.
Because I did the math and I was like, oh yeah, that works.
That would be. Can you imagine living in 3 centuries? That would be fun. Cool. Like born in like 1890 and you die in 20.
Yeah, that'll be me.
You were born in. Oh yeah, you know what? You got a chance. Well, yeah. Go me. You're welcome.
We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, you got to live to what? 119? No, 120 because you got to cross the threshold, right?
Well, technically, I only have to. Why can't I figure this out right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because 91, so 1991 or 2091 would be 100.
2000, yeah.
So then I'd got to do it. Yeah, so it'd be 110, 109, 100.
Oh yeah, I went too far. Be 109 to get to 2100.
I think so. Yeah.
Right, I can do that, man.
So easy.
Talk on shows for a second. I have to use the facilities.
Okay.
Sorry. I've been home too
long. Why were we talking about that? Oh, because we were talking about Mother Abigail. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. How did you feel about it? Did you enjoy that section?
It was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I did feel like it lasted longer than it needed to.
Yeah.
But I liked the part where they all actually met up.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes the way he does that too, where he'll just introduce people, and I'm like, did I miss something? Have we met them yet?
Yeah. Well, and when he was like, 5 people rode up in one car, and I was like, did they meet Larry and like everyone is now together? Because that would be easy. I feel like we missed a lot, and then it was 3 new people, and I was like, who did? Huh?
Yeah. I definitely was like, damn it, I missed something there.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, okay, so now I know that these people are not that important. Okay.
That's also a good point. Oh, the whole the weasel scene, I forgot about that. Well, I guess there are 2 technically weasel scenes where she's well, the one where it's like Flag is sticking them all on her, then reminds her of when she actually did get attacked as a kid.
Yeah.
I remember that being much more terrifying when I read it the first time.
I mean, when she first sees them all and she's in the dark, it's a pretty scary scene. But
yeah, I feel like it resolved itself pretty quickly.
I thought it was
like, hey, get the fuck out of here.
Right? Yeah, it was like God was like, "It is you." You know,
like he wasn't paying attention or something. It was like, "Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, there you go."
Yeah. I also love how, like, when she got bit as a kid, they were like, the thing was probably a rabbit. Like, don't say that. I'm like, you can not say it all you want. It's not going to change if it happened. Like, she...
if you speak it, it will make it happen. That would be a death sentence in 1900, right? If it was rabbit.
I guess that's true, because I was like, get her the shots, but then I was like, there probably weren't shots.
Yeah, I don't think those were invented yet.
So they didn't have doctors yet. Well, they did, but their tools were hacksaws. Yeah, I mean, there's not.
We were just talking
this chapter is basically like. Sorry, go ahead.
We were talking about we like when the group finally meets up with Mother Abigail.
Okay, I mean that's probably the only. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. I'm gonna get up there. That's probably the only important part, really. Just the whole history. I don't. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
And
could have been about half that long. What?
They've decided that Nick is in charge, which I also think is interesting.
I mean,
he definitely has the main character vibes.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I definitely think he would be the best leader, but I do agree with him where he's like, me? Like, I can't talk.
Well, I was going to say, like, he would have to have a strong personality for them to have that confidence in you. But if you can't communicate, how can you show a strong personality? Like, why would they pick the guy with one eye and who can't hear or talk?
I think it's because he was dreaming about Mother Abigail the most, or
they were all.
He was the one.
Weren't they all dreaming about him?
I don't remember, but he was like, "We're going to Nebraska," or "I'm going to Nebraska."
Yeah.
What happened to Julie? We just left her in the town.
She shot at them. Remember?
Oh, right. Yep. Now I do.
Yeah. Didn't end well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the last we saw of her, right? I wonder what she's.
Slaps you in the face with. You would see her again, but it wouldn't be a good thing or something.
Wait, what did they say?
It was something like when they were leaving town and Julie was shooting at them, and it said something along the lines of like, next time they would see her, it would be in dire circumstances or something foreboding.
He just has to.
Oh, so there's a foreshadow there, huh?
Yeah, he can't help himself.
Yeah, he's been known to do that, foreshadowing, or if he'd have hung a left instead of a right, then everything would have been okay. But he didn't, so here we go.
Right.
But you can stop reading now. Yeah, right, like that's possible.
It is interesting in this case, though, because I didn't think he planned that far ahead. I guess maybe it's something he went back and rewrote.
Yeah, this has been rewritten a couple times. Even after he writes everything twice, so even after that.
Right.
Because he definitely did some retrofitting. I wish I don't know why. I don't know why, like, to make it more relevant for people who was reading it in 2005. So now we have to make it like 2000 when this happened. Every 10 years we have to like move up the timeline.
Seems like a lot of work.
I don't understand the purpose. Why didn't you just leave it alone? It worked. Yeah, I'm trying to get to them showing up. This part with her alone is really long. I like the picture though, with the weasels. You guys had the pictures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, maybe I just remember the picture, and that's the part that terrified me. I was like, oh, that's I wouldn't want to be in that situation. But they didn't. What was it? The fire that was keeping them back?
I don't remember.
Okay. Like I'm the only one talking now. So
I don't think it was fire. I think she just yelled at them.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was a light or a fire or something. Okay. Oh, prophecy is the gift of God, and everyone has a smidge of it. My own grandmother used to call it the shining lamp of God. Sometimes just the shine.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Well, you just can't help yourself. The shine did not exist when he wrote The Stand. But wait a minute. Yeah, it did. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the shine exists since the touch didn't exist when he wrote The Stand. The shine existed. But they're the same thing. Why did he change the name of it? I think when Jake had the touch, it was not, or when he created Jake having a touch, it wasn't necessarily the same thing as Danny Shine. And then they, like Walter and Flag, they kind of merged. I don't. Is there anything else we need to know? But I mean, they showed up, and he says something about Die in a strange land with the work not yet finished. Oh, okay. Is that foreshadowing?
What was it?
Probably. Everything
She
here.
says, it wasn't my plan to do this, but I do his will. I didn't want to um, die in a strange land with the work not yet finished, but that's the way it goes. That's his plan. And what do I have to do with like what do I have to say about it? Like, oh, okay.
Hmm.
So I think that's more foreshadowing.
Yeah. Trying to think about that. I think
I can't I'm trying to think of how you say it. I probably shouldn't just talk about it. What her story arc is, and I can't necessarily remember how it turns out for her.
you can't.
Not at the moment, no.
I thought we've talked about it like a lot. Well, I can't say anything. Yeah.
There's many things.
She fits a very specific trope.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't.
Archetype.
We'll talk about
it.
it.
Happens to her happens to all of hers.
She's kind of a secondary character too, honestly.
She's a mentor. Let me just say that.
Yeah, the hero's journey. I already know where that's going.
Right. That's what I meant.
He's a big fan of that. Maybe that's what I was thinking of with.
And we all know what has to happen to the mentor on the hero's journey.
Right. So I was saying maybe that's what I was thinking of with all the tropes he was in. The hero's journey was another one.
Yeah.
He does that in a couple. He does that in he doesn't do that in the Dark Tower, actually.
Well, who's the
Roland sticks around for the
Roland is kind of both.
Yeah. I mean, Roland's mentor definitely kicks it.
Right.
Well, that's yeah. Oh yeah. Who is the mentor in them? I mean, he's mentoring everyone in the goddamn quartet. But his
a lot of good it doesn't.
well, in the movie he was like damn, I'm not gonna do that. Never mind. I'm not gonna start quoting that movie. He says Roland's always had an annoying ability to resist my magic, so I just kill everyone he knows. But well, you know what? I don't think that's a direct quote, but that's kind of death, but not for you, Gunslinger. So do you try to take Perion's appendix out?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Yeah.
While you're reading a book on how to do it.
Absolutely not.
I'm sorry about your luck, dude, but no. And she can scream all she wants, but no.
She even said she wouldn't do it. So I'm like, what the fuck you expect us to do? Them to do?
Like you just can't sit there. It's like, oh, you just can't sit there. Here's the knife.
Right.
Like, and it was a whole like, you're the men, you need to take charge, like thing that was going on there. Like, no, I'm no better than you. I don't know a fucking thing about this. You want to do it, you do it. You're the one that's like, with him, in love with him, whatever.
Especially, I mean, no offense to her and her love, but especially after finding out that they like just met.
Yeah.
I know, like seriously, like she should have been like, "Oh, sorry about your luck. Moving on."
Right.
Like the end of the world was 3.5 weeks ago. You've known this person for
right.
maybe 3 of that, and you're in love? No.
Right.
You're in. I don't even know what it is. The person that you could find.
Yeah.
I don't think
like,
love is the word for that. Necessity.
Yeah.
Or what do they call that? Codependent.
She even says, like, if it wasn't for the plague, then he would probably be one of those guys that would just ignore me.
Yeah, she got some low self-esteem. I wonder what's wrong with her.
She ends
So
up.
yeah, I'm good.
She kills herself, right?
Yeah. Okay. After they kill. I mean, it's horrible. But I'm just picturing it. She's like from the beginning of the scene, she's like Stu, and then we go on this whole tangent with like Stu thinking about shit and doing this and what he did to get ready and this and this and that. And she's like, Stu.
Yeah.
And then he's like, blah, blah, blah. And then I did this. And then it was like 3 pages of it. And like, as soon as I heard her say Stu first, I was like, oh, I know it.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can stop. He's like, well, no, no, you can stop. Ugh.
Yeah, it was powerful.
Like, I mean, I guess the question is, did that help his suffering at all by doing that? Like, I guess that's the only way you would even. No,
I would
no,
offer
I can't do it.
Any pain meds that might be left anywhere. That's what I would do. Like, I'm not, like, no. Or if you want to go and kill yourself, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take all the pain meds right now, I'm not going to stop you. Because that's what she ended up doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she killed herself over this guy. Come on, if that's what he like his plan was, Stephen King, then they should have known each other before the apocalypse.
I mean,
or maybe she just. Go ahead.
That doesn't seem unreasonable. I've seen many people who would behave like that on TV, on reality TV.
Maybe. Well, maybe she was like, "Oh God, like this is in her face reminder of what the world's going to be like now," and she was like, "Nope, don't want nothing to do with it."
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like I'll just kill myself. Fuck the apocalypse. I don't want to live in that world.
I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. She was like, she wasn't that in love with him. She was like, "Nope, I'm not doing it." Like Larry breaking a leg into the world. I like how Kojak has a little side saddle too. I'm a big fan of it.
I hate that they left Kojak.
You know, that's one of those things where like, why did he do that? Why did he introduce Kojak to just fucking then leave him behind? Like, what are you doing, asshole? That's one of the things where I'm like, you can tell he makes it up as he goes because it's kind of like, all right, what's the plan here? I feel like, and he's a dog person. I feel like he wouldn't just do that to Kojak. Must be something. Maybe Harold picks him up. Wait.
I have a feeling, considering there are pretty much no other dogs that we've seen alive, like, well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Can he be the only dog? Is it like people? Like most of them are gone, but not all of them?
Yeah.
What about cockroaches? Did it affect them?
Are they domesticated?
I mean, some would say. The ones I've seen, I think, are. I've never seen them outside the house. Yeah, but I'm sorry about your luck. I'm not doing that. There's no way.
Yeah.
And they didn't. Yeah.
It's interesting. Like, she says something along the lines of like, we can't like, he's not a dog that was hit by a car. We can't just sit here and watch him die. And I was like, okay, in that scenario, someone who would actually care for the dog would kill it and put it out of its misery. So, like, you want to take a gun to this dude's head? Because that's the most effective and peaceful way for him to go.
All right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you want to kill yourself, then go for it.
That's a good point. They have guns. Fuck, yeah. Mark and Perry and were like loaded down with fucking automatic rifles or something. So he's gonna die anyway, and nobody's capable of saving him by fucking taking his appendix out. Yeah. Like, taking old Yeller out back, that's the most humane thing to do.
Yeah.
Why wasn't he telling them to do that?
Mark?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure that's what I'd have been either like, shoot me or give me the fucking gun. Unless he thought he could survive it, but I don't think there's any way he thought that. Yeah. Harold He does that again. Harold, Stu, and I all dreamed about the Dark Man, as I call him. Yeah, as you and everybody else call him. What do you mean? No, see, I always picture like the movie flags now that I've seen them, two different ones. And Skarsgård, are all. Wait, Alex Skarsgård, Ali is flag in the new stand. So I'm kind of picturing him.
I know there's Bill and Alex, but I honestly don't know either of them well enough to know the difference.
I mean, Pennywise doesn't quite look like Flag, but it's close. There's another one too, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think I can't remember his name, and I think they have a dad that like broke him in. I don't know how like Skarsgård became Stephen King, but I guess they're good at it. Because
saying though?
What?
What were you saying? You always picture Skarsgård?
Both of them, because in the old one and the new one, they both kind of look the same. So I picture the guy like here they're talking about a man in a monk's robe with no visible features when they're dreaming. Like no, I see the guy in the jean jacket I see the walking dude with the jeans and the jean jacket and the boots and the whole thing.
I forgot that they don't see his face in the book because yeah, you're right. I definitely picture him.
Yeah, there's no mystery of what he looks like. Yeah, because in the dreams he's talking to I'm comparing the TV show to the book. I guess I shouldn't do that. But what does Stephen King know? I'm going with a TV show. I like some of the slang. It's like 1970. Hang loose meant don't get upset. Rad and gnarly. I was like, oh god, I forgot people said that shit. That's rad. Dude, that is so gnarly. That's like surfer talk. Boogie down. I think I could still say boogie down. I got greased. That one I didn't know. I got greased was a pretty current expression that meant everything was going well.
Yeah, I don't think.
The next time you ask me like how my day was, I'm like, no sweat. I got greased.
Oh, I guess because it's moving well. Like
it's lubricated. Yeah, right. Everything's rolling fine or something. I don't know.
My brain just went grease lightning.
Right? Yeah. There was a little bit of that. I was in there a little bit. I had to back out. I'm like, nope, not that grease. I like how Fran's like, man, an appendix is nothing, like medically speaking. Then she's like, just like having a baby is nothing, medically speaking. He's like, oh crap.
Yeah, nobody else knows that she's pregnant yet.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why? Why is she hiding it? She could get them. They could be helping and doing stuff, and going to get prenatal vitamins from the pharmacy or something.
Yeah, I don't really know.
What is the purpose of the secrecy? I mean, and as she said she was pregnant, wouldn't Harold at least back off a little bit? I would think. I would hope.
Who knows?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't know. I make him more like obsessive. Not that he would do it as his, because I mean he would know better, but he would like.
He would be like stepdad.
Yeah. Like, oh, you don't have anyone else to fill this role, so I'm gonna be the protector. I'm gonna make sure that you're okay.
Right. No, Stu, I got this. This is me and Franny. You stay over there. Like when I have to push the dog away. But she's trying to sit on my lap. Is that where we end with the appendicitis? Oh, that's where it is. Harold was gone. He had left the party early, holding a hand cupped over his mouth. He had been standing in a small grove of trees to the east, his back to them, for the last 15 minutes. Now he turned back his large round. Wait, is that the right part? I thought that was the part where he was pissed. Oh no, he's watching them. Too early. Sorry. That's where he was watching them do the operation, and he was like, he stopped. He stopped coming back because they were doing it.
Yeah.
Harold seems to, knows a lot, but seems to always not quite be there when the shit goes down, and they might need some of that information.
I mean, he doesn't seem very brave in some ways. I don't know. I can't understand him.
That's exactly what it is. He's a coward. He's like a computer nerd sitting in his basement. He's not used to this real life shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it was easier when it was just him and Franny. But I'm like, he did a lot of things that were not exactly coward, right? Not necessarily brave, but it's like take charge.
Yeah, I wouldn't say brave, but necessary. He's good at the functional stuff, I guess, is the word. Not quite what I mean, but the tasks that need to be done to get you know to get the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy going, so you can move on. Harold's the level one guy. Um, the Gillette parrot, I don't remember. Don't squeeze a Charmin's still a thing, and the Kool-Aid guy that used to say, "Oh yeah, thank you, Family Guy." um, I like how, and okay, so Howard Harold pronounced Edgar Casey Edgar Case. I don't feel like Harold would do that. He's a pretty famous psychic guy who used to go and he would like fall asleep and go into these trances and then do all these predictions that would come true. I wasn't alive, so I can't verify the accuracy of that. He said Atlantis was in the Bimini Roads. And the guy was famous. I feel like someone like Harold would have known how to pronounce his name. But handing out,
it was Franny that corrected him. Was that?
Yeah,
I'm just surprised.
She got a lot of joy out of that.
That she did that, honestly.
Well, right?
If she's trying to not upset him, she should know that maybe she doesn't know that
Especially after she was just hugging Stu. My God.
Saying that she should be doing those things. I'm just saying based on her own actions.
I wonder how true that whole thing about, or did he just make that up with the airplanes don't crash when they're full?
Well, right. Yeah, that whole thing was interesting.
I don't know what the point was, but okay.
Well,
the
point was that people have more premonition
ESP
in them than they realize, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's more to it. And like, let's say this is true, and we're debating this, I don't think it's that simple. I think there's something else there.
What do you mean?
But I don't know what it would. I don't know. I don't think it's just like, oh, they knew the plane was going to crash, so they didn't get on it. Like, it takes a lot for someone to cancel a goddamn plane ticket. So,
well, now, yeah, maybe not the 90s.
Well, it was pre 9/11, so it was a little easier. But Atlanta still sucked. Sorry, Atlanta. You have the worst airport. We spent. Okay, no time for stories. We went to my sister's graduation in Jacksonville, and I had a connecting flight on the way back, but the flight in Florida was late. So by the time we got to Atlanta, our bags had left on the airplane, but we weren't with it, and there wasn't another flight for 10 hours.
Oof.
Something like that. So we got to hang out in the airport for 10 hours. It was, they wouldn't, it was crowded, and there was, I was still smoking cigarettes. And so there was a smoking room. And let's just say you didn't need to smoke to get cancer in that room. It was, you couldn't tell there was anybody in there until you went in there because there was like a white cloud everywhere. So I actually sat there and read book 1 of Lord of the Rings. I had the trilogy book all in one. So that saved me on that trip. Spent 10 hours in that damn airport. And they have these, yeah, it was, I don't know if it was, but ever since then, all I hear is everybody complain about how awful Atlanta airport is. I think I was jaded I was still mad at the air, because I was trying to talk the airport, airplane, airline, whatever the hell they're called, because it was their fault that we missed it to give us a hotel until they got there and they wouldn't do it. So they gave us like a $10 voucher for food and everything cost $15. You assholes. So anyway, I think that's the end. We do the let's just talk. Perion dies, or Mark dies. Perion kills herself. Franny writes in her diary.
Sounds like a song.
Like a folk tale, or the beginning of like a myth or something. The saga of Beowulf. All right, where are we at? I think that's all I got for that. Yeah. 47. Book 2's a long one. Okay, so we're not going to finish book 2, I don't think. We did not read 47, right? So we're starting on 47.
Correct.
So 639. So what are we doing? About 150 each time, right? So
I think so.
51 would be. Damn, these chapters are long now. 48 to 51 is like 120 pages and it's 4 chapters. So let's do 789. What's we can do like 135. So 665 to 789 or 825. 825 would be 535. Let's do 825 because that's a little more than 100. I think that's like 160.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, we'll do that. 47 through 51, stopping at 52.
40. Okay. 47 through 51. Stop at 52.
What's today? Monday. We'll just call it 2 weeks and worry about it when it gets closer.
Okay. I'm sorry. Did not mean to crack my knuckle at the microphone.
Yeah, next weekend I'm out, but I don't. What's the weekend after that? This 20th, 30th, something like that. I don't think I'm doing anything. So, we'll figure it out. It's getting late. Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the podcast. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.